And after that, like the baby.
Good morning. Here we are again, the Saturday Children's Showcase, a full hour of fun and entertainment for the entire family. Our special guests today are from the Erickson Elementary School here in Fresno. And now, here's your host, Al Radka.
Thank you very much, Angelo Stalas, the world's greatest TV weatherman. Good morning, boys and girls, moms and dads. Boy, what a great show we have lined up for you. I'll tell you, these kids from Erickson are really something else. Virginia Dow, she's the principal. She's very proud of her kids and her teachers, and she has a right to be. And today we're going to feature some real Tennessee clog dancing, and wait till you see it, gang. You're going to want to learn how to do it, too. Before we do anything else, I want you to meet our leader of the singing chorus. We're going to have a couple of songs, first of all, to brighten your Saturday morning. And my pal right here, she's from the same state old Al is from. We were both brought out here in California from Wisconsin, and her name is?
Mrs. Malach.
Good to see you, Mrs. Malach. What's your first name again?
Dorothea.
Dorothea and Albert both came from Wisconsin. Hey, what's the name of the first song today?
Sound of Music.
Oh, great. You all know the Sound of Music. Sing along with the kids from Erickson Elementary. Here we are with the Sound of Music. What a nice song on a Saturday morning. Dorothea, that was beautiful. Before we have the second number, I'm going to get the names of these boys and girls. Aren't they great singers, though, huh? There's no boys. There's one over there. Two, one back here. Two boys. Three, four. We found four. But the rest are all girls. I guess girls like to sing more when they're young than boys do. I think I'll join them next time. We'll have one more boy, an older type. First of all, though, let's get the names of these kids, boy or girl. Your name, please?
Jill Weimer.
Jill, you sound real good this morning. Your name, please?
Marcy Thompson.
Gayleen Fortner.
Joanna Redmond.
Kimmy Hopelian. Debbie Nell. Tammy Stover. Carolee Weimer.
Rebecca Snyder.
Angie Smith.
Laurie Stevens.
And now the second row.
Nikki Unjan. Christy Morgan.
Stephanie Nearing. Carla Craig.
Missy Wass.
Kathy Lewis.
Diane Burks.
Tony Turbovich.
Hi, Tony. Hi. I can tell you're a boy. Soon to be a man. Good, deep voice. Your name, please?
Jeannie Nicholas.
And?
Tiana Banuelos.
There's one of our famous clog dancers. A lot of them do the clog. Well, you see them. Oh, it's great. It's coming up later. Your name, please?
Michelle Renna.
Aren't you a clogger too?
Yep.
I love you cloggers. Your name back here. Now we're back here in the cheaper seats, the back row. Your name, please.
Lisa Sitton.
Hi, Lisa.
Jessica Bradshaw.
Uh-huh.
Carrie Solly.
Okay, moving right over here now.
Darcy Burks. Lori Witrato. Michael Good.
Hi, Mike. Good to see you here.
Joni Pisek. Kathy Satterberg. Rami Scott.
Blake Tanta.
I thought you didn't want to say anything, but I already got your name, didn't I? Almost knocked your teeth out. Come here, Dorothea. I want to thank you all very much, boys and girls, for being here today. You sure sound good, I'll tell you. We have a lot of singing courses on the show, but nothing better than today, I'll tell you. You got them trained good, honey. Who's that piano player over there?
Scott Lamb.
Hey, Scott, thank you so much, buddy. Beautiful. You keep taking lessons, you're going to be okay. And now, what's our second number today?
Little Red Schoolhouse.
The Little Red Schoolhouse, gang, something that all you small guys are going to go to someday, just like these kids are going to Erickson. Okay, here it is. Song number 2 from Erickson Elementary.
When I was a kid, gee, how I hated
Scott, quickly. What a great singing group. Here is the piano player coming out here. I want to congratulate you for a great job at the piano.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott. And now I'm going to let you give the magic words they use on TV shows. I want you to say, "We'll be right back."
We'll be right back.
My mini camera pals here at Channel 30 went out to the school with old Al, and we took these pictures, and here we are, and that's Virginia Dow, the principal of this great school, and they had a sign out there saying, "Welcome to the campus, Al Ratka," and I sure want to thank them for putting that sign up. There it says, "Welcome, Al." It's a real friendly school you have out there, Bob.
Thank you, Al. We really enjoy. Have a good time. That's our secretary, Mrs. Muir-Herder, always on the go and always smiling. This is a kindergarten classroom, Al, and it's a reading story, Mrs. Lay's class, a little reading group, and she does a lot of fine things, a lot of readers in that kindergarten class, and of course, the little boy reading some more. She has a lot of parent helpers. Al come in every single morning to help her run her program. Here's a co-educational corner, Al. Here we have kids, boys and girls, playing with dolls and buggies and stoves and refrigerators.
Lots of fun.
Right. This is Mrs. Cole's class, Al. They did a unit on Japan, and Mrs. Cole had many, many items. Here's some zoris being put on by a child, and her room was just fantastic. They learned some Japanese songs and Japanese dances.
And the folks in Japan wear clothes like these, don't they?
This is a kimono, one of the dresses the women wear. Here, of course, back to the books. Always back to the books. A lot of learning. Nice hat.
I like that Japanese hat. Be good for me to keep the sun off my poor face.
Here's a first grade class, and they're playing Junior Scrabble. This is Mrs. Post. Here's a reading group. Spring brings. I see a nice bulletin board, April. Another reading group. She has some fantastic kids. They can write stories beautifully. And these kids just love to read also. Did you read when you were that young, Al?
Yeah, I used to go to the library quite a bit. I always encourage kids to read a lot because that's the way you learn.
Yes, for MS, they raised over $600 this year, Al, our school did, for the Multiple Sclerosis Society. Fantastic. This is an experiment class, Miss Laraldi's. They're using electricity and water power, showing the forces of water. Boys and girls, they had a tremendous thing set up here.
Yeah, you can actually irrigate farmland that same way. This is part of their electronic demonstration.
Right, talking about windmill power and all the different types of conservation methods.
Yeah, anything to help save our energy. I'm all in favor of that. I can see why Virginia Dow, the principal out there at Erickson, is so proud of the kids and the teachers.
Thank you very much. And here's Miss Laraldi and some more of her kids. This is Mr. Snelling's class, 6th grade class, and they did a lot of puppetry, handmade puppets, original scripts to go with them, and here they're putting on a very violent TV show.
That's a TV show on a TV show. How about that, kids at home? You're seeing 2 TV programs at the same time. Our Saturday program and, of course, the puppet show on the TV set right there at the school. They did a good job.
They did. And here's some undercover work here behind the scenes with Hank Gross. He is just grossing everything up.
That's how you work the puppets, kids.
This is more of his class. They did such a good job because I had him last year. There's Al in the background over there.
Yeah, by the blackboard, beating the erasers together.
This is in the library with Mrs. Lee's class. It's a little listening center. And our librarian, Mrs. Anton, has a tremendous program set up for our kids. Each class goes once a week, and this is Mrs. Lee. Her little first graders. Oh, they're having fun reading, aren't they? This is Mrs. Hood, one of our reading specialists, Al, and they're playing a little word game, vocabulary game in her pod. And these are some 5th graders in this group, I think some 4th also.
Yeah, they'd pick a word out, and then she'd have them make a sentence with that word in it. And they were all very good at this, and I couldn't help but notice how well trained these kids were in trying to create a sentence with the magic word within the sentence. Good training for kids. There I am watching very carefully because I was really impressed with this demonstration. I'll tell you one thing, you got some great teachers out there at Erickson. And boy, I like that map that you have out there.
Oh, that's our game, yes. Scramble for the States.
Yeah, that's one of your creations, isn't it?
Well, we had an organization printed it for us on the blacktop, and the kids really enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, you call out a state, and then a child goes out and stands on that state. And then they say, okay, switch states or something a little bit later in the film. And the only one I could figure out real quickly was California, my own state. Of course, I can see Texas there. That's one of the bigger states.
Here they're scrambling to find the right state.
Yeah, they're moving around real fast now. But what a good way to learn about the USA. Have a big map of the country that we live in right on the school playground. And we've seen this type of map at other schools.
There's a 4th grade class doing calisthenics with Mrs. Snyder. She does this every day out there before PE, warming up, and she's also involved. You see her jumping there.
That's what keeps her so slender. Hey, thank you very much. This is Bob Partman right here. And Bob, I'll let you say the magic words. We'll be right back.
Okay, we'll be right back. Thank you all very much for inviting us down.
Erickson, they are terrific. So watch this next part of the show. See you next Saturday. Okay, thank you, Linda. Linda McAlexander, the world's greatest zoo lady. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so proud of these dancers because I was out at the school, as I mentioned earlier, to take some pictures, and they happened to be practicing this clog dancing that I've seen on TV by older people, you know, adults, but now the kids can do it at Erickson. You watch this step and see if you don't agree. Here we have the Erickson famous Tennessee cloggers. cloggers from now on. You're Erickson cloggers.
Jill Weimer, Tiana Banuelos, Marcy Thompson, Tony Atkins,
The only guy, Tony, I love you.
Jessica Bradshaw, Tammy Solly,
Kathy Lewis, Brittany Eldred.
Eldred, Alan and Deb Eldred's kid.
yes,
His favorite song is I'll Be Seeing You.
Brenda Kennington, Christine Zamora, Michelle Renna,
holiday program, Christmas Around the World. If you're wondering why, you're seeing palm trees up here along with
To call his Christmas Day, 'cause of School Reel's Anchor Kids with news of the Fresno schools and community.
Hi, I'm Karen Ludicky, and with me today are Kelly Babigian, Pete Madrid, and hundreds of Fresno shoppers. Today's School Reel is visiting the Fashion Fair Mall because, as you'll be seeing, School Reel people are real people too.
On our show today, we'll meet a Tenai student who just might have a hit record on her hands.
And we'll visit with Mayor Dan Whitehurst as he shares his plans for the city of Fresno with some Hoover High students.
Okay, now it's your turn.
This is clogging. Here's reporter Tracy Uyeki.
Hi, I'm here at Erickson Elementary School, home of the Fuzzy Mountain Cloggers. That may sound like some type of insect, but it's actually a group of students who spend their lunch hours clogging. Clogging is a type of dance that probably originated in Ireland. Dorothea Malach, a teacher at Erickson, started this dance group 3 years ago. This is Mrs. Malach. Mrs. Malach, why did you start this program?
Well, it looked like a lot of fun, and the children like to participate and do things a little special.
What's the story behind the name Fuzzy Mountain Cloggers?
Well, we were trying to find a name about 2 years ago when we started, and one of the boys said that the mountains look fuzzy when it's foggy. And so I said, that's a real good name, and so we chose the Fuzzy Mountain Cloggers.
What did you learn about clogging?
Well, there's two nice people in Fresno whose names are Mr. and Mrs. Ray Autry, and they took a class driving to Ceres every night, or once a week, rather, for a couple of months, and then they taught it here in Fresno, and I learned it from them.
This is Kathy Lewis. What's the story behind the dance of clogging?
It's an old folk dance from the Appalachian Mountains.
Would you tell me about the costumes you're wearing?
Our mothers had to make them, and we got the idea from the Sierra Mountain Cloggers.
Where do the Fuzzy Mountain Cloggers perform?
They perform here in the Norseman, Hypana, Viking.
This is Kathy Satterbert. Why did you join the Cloggers?
Because it looked like a lot of fun, and I think I'd have a lot of fun with it.
How often do you practice?
An hour and a half every day.
Now you know there's more to clogging than having to call a plumber. This is Tracy Uyeki reporting for School Reel.
Our next story is about a middle school teacher who thinks her hearing students